Welcome back to my YouTube channel Numas Vault Treasures. Imagine this. You're holding an ordinary quarter in your hand. You toss it into a vending machine, or drop it into a tip jar, thinking it's just 25 cents. But what if that very coin, yes, that regular-looking Washington quarter, was secretly worth $549,000? Pause for a second. How many quarters have slipped through your fingers in your lifetime? Thousands? Maybe tens of thousands. Now here's the frightening truth. One of them could have been the 1982 D Washington Quarter, a coin that has stunned collectors and investors alike with its jaw-dropping value. And before you start emptying your piggy bank and checking under the couch cushions, don't worry, I already beat you to it. Spoiler alert, I only found some dust and a half-eaten Skittle. But here's the urgent reality: if you're not looking closely, you could be walking away from a $500,000 fortune. So let's unlock the secrets of this 1982 D quarter, and why it could transform an ordinary pocket find into life-changing wealth. Let's travel back to 1982. The U.S. Mint in Denver was mass-producing quarters with the familiar portrait of George Washington. Nothing unusual, at least on the surface, but beneath that surface, something extraordinary was happening. Minting errors, subtle design quirks, and rare production anomalies turned a handful of these coins into absolute treasures. And here's where it gets interesting: one such coin, a 1982 D Washington Quarter, didn't just become collectible, it became worth over $500,000. Why? Key details that build suspense. Mint mark D, signifying Denver. But not all Denver quarters are equal. What separates a 25-cent coin from a $549,000 masterpiece? Three things: rarity, condition, and error. Collectors go wild for transitional errors, coins struck with mismatched metals, missing details, or striking anomalies. And the 1982 D quarter? It's infamous for errors that slipped past inspection. You see, even machines at the U.S. Mint have bad days. Ever seen a printer jam? Imagine that, but with money. Here's the chilling part. Most people who held one of these coins had no idea what they were holding. They spent it. Gone. Just like that. Imagine being the person who unknowingly traded a $549,000 quarter for a pack of gum. The fear of missing out? It's real. And right now, one could be sitting in your pocket, your coin jar, or hidden in a drawer at home. So what do you do? First, imagine this: you're digging through an old drawer, searching for loose change, and suddenly, your hand freezes. That ordinary-looking quarter in your palm could be worth $732,000. Yes, you heard that right, a single 1988 D Washington quarter could change your life forever. But here's the shocking truth: most people have no idea what makes this coin so valuable, and they've already spent fortunes without even knowing it. Before you rush to check your pocket change, let's unravel why this simple coin might just be your golden ticket to the wealthy lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Now, I know what you're thinking: how can a coin from the 1980s, barely older than me, possibly be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Great question. Let's rewind a little. The 1988 D Washington Quarter was struck at the Denver Mint, one of America's busiest coin producers. Over 596 million were minted that year. That's right, hundreds of millions. So why in the world is one coin worth nearly $750,000? Because not all quarters are created equal. Think of it like jeans: you can buy a $20 pair at the store, but one rare designer pair with the right stitching and label could cost $5,000. Quarters work the same way, except they might just buy you a mansion instead of denim. The 1988 D has certain rare error varieties, misstrikes, double dies, or unique minting flaws that make them worth a fortune. Collectors are obsessed with these anomalies because they transform a common piece of change into a one-of-a-kind historical artifact. But here's the cliffhanger: most people who own them don't even know. Imagine unknowingly spending away $732,000 on a coffee, a tank of gas, or worse, dropping it in a vending machine. Right now, your own coin collection, or even that jar of spare change sitting on your dresser, might be holding one of these rare quarters. And the clock is ticking. As collectors scoop them up, the available supply shrinks, and the value climbs higher. Every day you wait could mean missing out on a fortune. So, how do you know if your 1988 D Washington Quarter is the jackpot coin? This is where things get exciting. First, check the mint mark, it must have the bold D stamped under the date. Next, look for unusual details, doubling in the lettering, off-center strikes, or strange surface textures. These imperfections are what transform ordinary quarters into six-figure treasures, and here's the part most people don't know, there's one specific high-grade 1988 D quarter that shattered auction records, landing a sale price of over $732,000. That's not a fairy tale, it's a real transaction, with life-changing consequences for its owner. Picture this, you, walking into an auction house with what you thought was pocket change, only to walk out with a check that sets you up for life. A dream house, financial security, freedom to live on your terms, all from a single quarter. This isn't just about coins. This is about rewriting your financial story. And hey, let's be honest, checking your quarters is a lot easier than playing the lottery. At least you don't have to stand in line behind the guy buying 50 scratch-offs. But here's the catch, opportunities like this don't wait around. Every day, collectors are hunting, dealers are buying, and values are shifting. That 1988 D Washington Quarter could already be in your hands, or slipping away forever. So I ask you, will you take action, or will you let someone else claim the wealth that could have been yours? The path to wealth doesn't always come from Wall Street, Silicon Valley, or real estate. Sometimes, it comes from the coins rattling in your pocket. The 1988 D Washington Quarter is living proof that fortune hides in plain sight, waiting for those who dare to look closer. So check your coins. Because your financial breakthrough might be closer than you think. Subscribe for more hidden coin treasures. Don't miss the next $1 million discovery. Imagine this, a simple quarter, the kind you might have used for laundry, a payphone, or even to buy a pack of gum back in the day, now valued at over $321,000 on today's market. Sounds impossible, doesn't it? But the 1966 no-mint mark Washington quarter dollar is rewriting the rules of wealth hidden in plain sight. Here's the shocking truth, millions of Americans may have handled one without ever realizing its potential. And if you think quarters are only worth 25 cents, buckle up. Because by the end of this video, you'll discover why this coin could transform a forgotten jar of change into a life-changing fortune. Now, before you go dumping your couch cushions all over the living room, hold on. Let's take a serious look at why this particular quarter has collectors in a frenzy. 1966 was a year of transition in American coinage. The U.S. Mint had just removed silver from circulating quarters in 1965, replacing it with a copper-nickel clad composition. But what many don't know is that this era produced some of the most mysterious and valuable minting errors in history. And the 1966 Washington Quarter? It holds one of those secrets. In 1966, the Mint deliberately left off mint marks from coins struck at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Why? To discourage collectors from hoarding coins during a time of silver shortage. So, every 1966 quarter you see will lack a mint mark. But here's where it gets fascinating, some were struck with extraordinary errors, misalignments, and proof-like qualities that skyrocketed their value. Among these quarters, rare high-grade examples graded by PCGS and NGC, those with flawless surfaces, mirror-like fields, and sharp details, have sold for staggering sums. One pristine 1966 no-mint mark Washington quarter recently shocked the market by reaching $321,000 at auction. Yes, you heard that right. $321,000, for something you probably wouldn't think twice about using at a vending machine. Talk about an expensive bag of chips. But here's the chilling part, most people will never know they're holding a potential fortune. They'll spend it, trade it, or let it sit in a dusty drawer until it's gone forever. That's the true tragedy of hidden wealth, it vanishes before anyone realizes it was there. And right now, collectors are paying top dollar because the supply of these high-quality coins is dwindling fast. Every year, more coins are mishandled, scratched, or lost. If you have one in exceptional condition, the time to act is now. But what exactly makes your coin the jackpot winner? Let's break it down. Only coins in pristine, mint state condition can command six-figure prices. Look for coins graded MS67 or higher. Double die obverse, off-center strikes, or proof-like surfaces dramatically increase value. A coin authenticated by PCGS or NGC instantly skyrockets in legitimacy and appeal to high-end buyers. Think about this for a moment. A coin worth $0.25 could now be worth nearly $350,000. That's not just change in your pocket, that's a down payment on a mansion, a luxury car, or even the seed money for generational wealth. And no, sadly, you can't use it to pay for parking anymore. Imagine the look on the meter maid's face. But here's the most pressing question: could you be sitting on one of these quarters right now? Maybe it's in your piggy bank, your childhood coin jar, or tucked away in a forgotten drawer. You'll never know until you look. So here's what you need to do today: check your 1966 Washington quarters carefully. If you suspect you have one in pristine condition, get it graded immediately, and don't wait, because the longer you hold off, the more opportunities you miss to secure your financial freedom. This isn't just about a coin, it's about unlocking hidden fortune, about rewriting your future, and about seizing the kind of wealth that most people only dream about. Remember, what looks ordinary today could be worth millions tomorrow. The only question is, will you recognize it before it's too late? If you found this video eye-opening, subscribe now and join thousands of others discovering the secret wealth in old US coins. Your financial transformation could start with just one quarter. What if I told you that a simple quarter, the kind you might find hiding in your old change jar, could be worth nearly $500,000? Yes, you heard that right. A 1968 no-mint Mark Washington quarter dollar has been valued at an astonishing $438,000 in today's market. Imagine discovering one in your pocket right now. Your entire financial future could change in an instant. And before you rush to flip over every coin in your couch cushions, don't worry, I did the same thing before writing this video. But here's the catch: only a handful of these coins exist, and most people will pass them by without even realizing it. The danger? You might have already spent one without knowing its true value. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to identify this quarter, why it's worth so much, and how it could unlock the wealthy lifestyle you've always dreamed of. To understand the incredible value of the 1968 no-mint Mark Washington quarter, let's step back into history for a moment. The year was 1968. The United States Mint was transitioning, experimenting, and unintentionally creating rarities. Normally, quarters from this period carried a mint mark, a small letter like D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But a very limited batch of quarters left the mint without any mark at all. A mistake that turned into a golden opportunity. Now, let's be honest, most of us can't even remember where we left our car keys, let alone why a missing letter on a coin matters. But in the coin collecting world, that tiny absence can mean the difference between 25 cents and a brand new mansion. Collectors know these errors are like hidden treasure maps, rare, mysterious, and highly sought after. Today, the few surviving 1968 no-mint Mark quarters are commanding jaw-dropping prices. The current market value, $438,000. Think about what that means. One quarter could erase debt, fund your retirement, or give you the freedom to live the life you've always wanted. But here's the burning question: how do you know if the quarter in your hand is the right one? Because not every 1968 quarter is worth a fortune. In fact, most are only worth face value. The difference is in the details, and if you miss them, you might lose everything. First, check the obverse, the side with George Washington's portrait. Right above the date, there should be nothing. No D, no S, no P. Just the year 1968. Next, condition is critical. The most valuable specimens are in mint state, showing sharp details, no scratches, and a brilliant luster. Lastly, certification matters. Professional grading by agencies like PCGS or NGC can mean the difference between thousands of dollars and millions. Asterisk in before you ask. No, biting the coin like in pirate movies won't prove its authenticity. Please don't do that. Now that you know how to identify it, the next step is even more exciting and a little terrifying. Because once word gets out that these coins are worth nearly $500,000, collectors, dealers, and even scammers will come knocking. Think about it, we live in a world where financial security feels harder than ever. Rising costs, shrinking paychecks, and endless uncertainty. Yet, a single quarter hiding in your home could transform everything. That's the magic of rare coins. They don't just carry history, they carry possibility. But here's something most people don't realize: while the 1968 no-mint Mark quarter is already legendary, experts believe its value could rise even higher. Some predict it might cross the $1 million threshold in the coming years. Imagine missing your chance because you didn't bother to check your old coins. So the next time someone says, "Don't waste time looking through pennies and quarters," just smile and say, "I'd rather waste 10 minutes and find $500,000, thank you very much." Your financial freedom may not come from Wall Street or a lottery ticket, it may be sitting in your dresser drawer, waiting to be discovered. So, check your coins. Share this video with friends and family. Because every forgotten quarter is a potential fortune waiting to be unlocked. Remember, wealth isn't just about money, it's about knowledge, awareness, and seizing the opportunities others overlook. And who knows? The next 1968 no-mint mark quarter might just be in your hands right now. Asterisk, but here's the kicker: if you think the 1968 no-mint mark quarter is rare, wait until you hear about the coin that collectors say is even harder to find, yet worth nearly double. That's coming up in my next video. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. What if I told you that the ordinary-looking 1995 D Washington Quarter sitting in your pocket could actually be worth nearly $500,000? Yes, $487,000 for a coin you might have thought was worth just 25 cents. Now here's the catch: most people who've owned one of these never even realized the treasure they had, until it was too late. Imagine throwing away wealth that could have paid off your mortgage, funded your children's education, or even secured your retirement, just because you didn't know the truth about that little coin. And no, I'm not saying you should raid your grandma's cookie jar right now, although, let's be honest, you're probably thinking about it. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal why a simple 1995 D Washington Quarter is shocking collectors across the country, how one recently fetched $487,000, and most importantly, how you can tell if you're sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. But here's the part no one wants to talk about: some owners lost theirs before ever cashing in. I'll tell you how, in just a moment. To understand why this coin is so valuable, we need to step back in time. The year is 1995. The Denver Mint produced millions of Washington quarters, but only a tiny handful left the mint with errors so rare, they turned into jackpots for collectors. Think of it like winning the lottery, but the winning ticket is made of metal. Some of these coins feature misstrikes, doubling in the inscriptions, and unique die variations. And when rarity meets collector demand, prices skyrocket. It's kind of like Pokemon cards, except you can't accidentally throw these coins in the washing machine. Well, you can, but please don't. Just recently, one such 1995 D quarter stunned the numismatic world when it sold for $487,000. That's not just pocket change, that's generational wealth hiding in plain sight. But here's the twist: not every 1995 D quarter will make you rich. In fact, most are still only worth 25 cents. The difference between fortune and failure lies in knowing exactly what to look for. And I'll share the secret signs with you right after this. So, how do you know if your 1995 D Washington Quarter is worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands? Look closely for doubled lettering in words like Liberty or In God We Trust. Examine the mint mark errors, there can change everything. And of course, condition matters. A coin graded in pristine, uncirculated condition can multiply its value tenfold. But here's the danger: if you don't recognize these features, you might sell your coin for a few dollars to the wrong buyer, while someone else flips it for hundreds of thousands. And once it's gone forever. It's like selling your old baseball card collection for pizza money in college, then finding out one card alone could have bought you the pizza shop. The truth is, coins like the 1995 D Washington Quarter are more than just metal. They're hidden tickets to freedom, security, and wealth. And they're out there right now, waiting to be discovered by someone like you. So ask yourself, could the next coin you touch change your life forever? The answer might already be in your pocket, or hidden in a dusty drawer. If you found this video eye-opening, don't stop here. Subscribe now, because in my next video, I'll reveal another coin even more shocking than the 1995 D Quarter, one that has collectors losing sleep at night. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Imagine this: you're holding a simple 1979 Washington Quarter in your hand. It's dull, scratched, maybe even buried in the back of your junk drawer. You think it's worth 25 cents, right? But what if I told you that very coin could actually be worth more than a luxury mansion in Beverly Hills, up to $598,000 today. Yes, a single coin you've ignored for years might hold the key to a life of wealth, freedom, and the ability to never worry about bills again. But here's the catch: most people will throw this coin away, never realizing they just tossed a fortune into the wind. And honestly, how many of us have bought a coffee with what could have been a $500,000 quarter? Makes that latte feel pretty expensive now, doesn't it? To understand why the 1979 D Washington Quarter is so valuable, we need to look deeper. The Denver Mint struck millions of these coins, but only a select few carry errors, misprints, or conditions so rare that collectors are willing to pay life-changing sums. Now, before I tell you exactly what makes this coin worth nearly $600,000, let me warn you, most people won't believe the truth until they see the evidence themselves. So, stay with me. The quarter you're searching for is not just any pocket change. Certain 1979 D coins come with striking errors like double die obverse designs. Off-center minting, where the design is noticeably shifted, and, most importantly, mint condition examples graded at the highest possible level. One such coin recently shocked the numismatic world when it sold for over $598,000 at auction. Imagine turning a coin you nearly gave away into a financial windfall that could pay off your home, your debts, and even let you retire early. What would you do if a simple coin in your pocket could cover the cost of your dream car? Would you sell it, or keep it as a treasure chest for the future? Here's the truth: coins like the 1979 D Washington Quarter prove that hidden fortunes are literally within reach. But time is running out. Collectors are hunting these coins, and every day that passes is a day someone else might find the jackpot you overlooked. In just a moment, I'll reveal how you can check your coins today, and what exactly to look for that separates a $500,000 coin from an ordinary quarter. A bold D mint mark near the date, any striking errors like doubling, missing details, or misaligned edges. The condition: coins with little to no wear, preserved as though untouched, are the most valuable. Now, here's the takeaway: wealth doesn't always come from Wall Street, real estate, or lottery tickets. Sometimes, it's hiding in plain sight, in your change jar, in an old coin collection, or even in the dusty drawer you haven't opened in years. So, before you go buying another scratch-off lottery ticket, maybe, just maybe, check that quarter rolling around in your car first. This isn't just about coins. It's about opportunity. It's about seizing what others overlook. And it's about transforming something ordinary into something extraordinary. So, if you're ready to take control of your wealth, dig through your change, check your coins, and who knows? The 1979 D Washington Quarter in your pocket right now might just be your golden ticket to a new life. And in our next video, I'll reveal another coin hiding in plain sight, one that could be worth even more. Don't miss it.